Here's a nice little puzzle. 20 points are arranged in a cross as shown. How many squares can be drawn using any 4 points as corners? Pause the video if you'd like to give this problem a try. And when you're ready, keep.
How many squares? Wait, a rectangle is not a square, right? No. A rectangle is not a square. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 8, 9, 9. Let's see if there's one more hidden. 9. Don't look like there is one hidden.
Keep watching to learn how to solve this problem. So there are 20 choose 4, which equals 4,845 different combinations for selecting 4 points from 20. That's a lot of different cases to check. So instead of working through it one by one, we're going to work through it systematically. Suppose the horizontal distance between these 2 points is equal to 1. We can form a square with the side length equal to 1 like this. In fact, we can form 9 such squares. So this is the most common answer. People see all of these squares. So squares of size 1, there are a total of 9 of these. And most people think the answer is 9. Here's the reason why. Let's say these 2 points have a length of 2. Now, you can't form any squares with a side length equal to 2. You also can't form any squares of side length equal to 3, 4, or 5. So you would think you can't form any more squares. But that's not true. Let's think creatively. What happens if we join these 2 points, which would form the hypotenuse of a 1 by 1 right triangle? Then the distance between these 2 points is equal to the square root of 2. And you can, in fact, form a square with a side length equal to square root of 2. How many squares of this size can you form? Let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, squares of size square root of 2, there are 4 of them. Let's continue. Let's form this length, which will be the hypotenuse of a right triangle with lengths of 2 and 1. So this length will be the square root of 5. You can form a square of this size. In fact, you can form 2 squares of this size. So we add that to our list. Now what about this distance? It will be the hypotenuse of a right triangle with sides of 2 and 2. So this will be 2 times the square root of 2. You can form this square. Then you have this square. Then you have this square, and finally you have a 4th square. So there are 4 squares of this size. Finally, consider this length, which will be the hypotenuse of a right triangle with sides of 3 and 2. So this will be the square root of 13. Here's one square you could form like that, and here's another square. So there are 2 such squares. So in total, we add these all up, and we get that there are 21 squares that can be formed.
What's 9 plus 10, chat?